Jack Nicholson's legendary career has spanned decades, and he's had quite the colorful life in the tabloids, too. But with all his obvious talent, Jack Nicholson's life hasn't just been awards, parties, and Hollywood indulgence. There have been hard times, too. Here's Jack Nicholson's tragic real-life story. As Mark Elliott wrote in his unauthorized biography, Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's birth certificate listed John and Ethel Mae Nicholson as his parents, but his father was out of the picture early on. The actor revealed to the Daily Mail in 2011, "I was raised entirely by women. Ethel Mae ran a beauty parlor, and I spent most of my time there. She taught me manners, and I learned how to be around women, what women liked. I'm insanely well-mannered and polite, and because of that, I have nothing but gratitude for my upbringing." After Nicholson became a successful actor in the 70s, he was given some shocking news. He had no idea who his actual father was. As the authors of the biography, Jack Nicholson, The Early Years, Robert Crane, and Christopher Fryer revealed, an unnamed woman in New Jersey mailed the authors a letter claiming she was married to Jack Nicholson's biological father, adding that he was a wonderful man. She urged the authors not to repeat various reports that claimed, quote, he was a hard-drinking deadbeat. While the authors decided against exposing the contents of the letter to the public, Time eventually ran the story. The biographers, Crane and Fryer, wrote, "It turned out Jack had not been aware of his true family designations. They ended up simply giving Nicholson the letter." Crane and Fryer, the authors of Jack Nicholson, The Early Years, also revealed that the woman who sent them the letter claiming she was married to Nicholson's father delivered some additional earth-shattering news. The celeb was lied to about his mother, too. His sister June was actually his biological mother, while Ethel Mae was his grandmother. While Crane and Fryer decided not to include that information in their biography, the Easy Rider star discovered the truth in Time magazine's story. As biography would later note, since June was 17 years old, unmarried, and uncertain of the father's identity at the time of Nicholson's birth, her parents agreed to treat Nicholson as their own child and never revealed to him his true parentage. Nicholson opened up to Rolling Stone about the revelation in 1986, saying, "Both grandmother and mother were deceased before this particular group of facts came to my attention. I was very impressed by their ability to keep the secret, if nothing else." Jack Nicholson's tumultuous 17-year relationship with Anjelica Huston was filled with heartbreak, largely because his incessant cheating ultimately led the actress to leave him. The New York Post summarized Huston's autobiography, Watch Me, writing, "After hoping for almost 2 decades to marry and start a family with him, she learned that he would instead be having a child with a younger woman." That incident was the final straw and reportedly led to blows. Huston's book details numerous other incidents, including one in France where the actor left his girlfriend in the middle of the street to go on a bike ride with a woman they had just met. Nicholson hasn't denied any of it.
I showed him the book before it went to publication, so I got his stamp of approval.
Huston didn't run into her former flame for many years until they were both cast in 1995's The Crossing Guard. She revealed in her book that Nicholson approached her on the final day of shooting and declared, referring to Gabriel Garcia Marquez's iconic love story of the same name, "You and me, Toots, we're like love in the time of cholera." Years later, Nicholson expressed regret for his cheating ways. The actor revealed to the British tabloid magazine Closer that the experience at the time left him annihilated emotionally, adding, "I'm childish, and I did make a mistake." Jack Nicholson was definitely a part of the Hollywood it scene in the 60s and 70s. As Rolling Stone succinctly put it, Nicholson was the coolest man alive. With that fame also came some disturbing connections. Nicholson sparked a friendship with actress Sharon Tate, whose life was tragically cut short at 26 when she was brutally killed by Charles Manson's family of followers. As Mark Elliott wrote in Nicholson, Jack managed to secure passes to watch the court proceedings in person. He was fascinated by Manson's persona and the crazy way he looked during the proceedings. The author added that the actor was present at the trial almost every day. The Manson case left the Chinatown star feeling paranoid as, quote, everybody in Hollywood knew everything Jack did. The celeb reportedly slept with a hammer under his pillow afterward. A 12-time Academy Award nominee and 3-time winner, Nicholson is one of the most celebrated stars alive. The star simply loves his craft. He told Rolling Stone in 1986, "I happen to be anachronistically in love with the movies. I got in this to be an artistic, expressive person." In 2013, heartbreaking allegations came to light when a source told Radar Online why the celeb had to step back from the spotlight. The source said, "Quite frankly, at 76, Jack has memory issues and can no longer remember the lines being asked of him." But the actor shot down those rumors through former NBC News correspondent Maria Shriver, who reported to E! News, Nicholson retiring from acting due to memory loss or dementia is 100% false. Nicholson himself joked to The Sun about the allegations, saying, "I have a mathematician's brain." In 2017, the star was set to star in a remake of the Oscar-nominated German film Toni Erdmann, but backed out the following year, The Wrap reported. Nicholson has taken on a number of macabre roles in his career, and they seem to have had an impact on him. Nicholson famously portrayed the crazed Jack Torrance in The Shining. A clip of the actor getting into character before his iconic Here's Johnny scene has surfaced online. In the truly chilling video, Nicholson frantically jumps up and down and mutters,
"Come on!"
Ryan, are you ready? Well, when for Shelley?
Die. Axe murder kill.
Almost a decade later, the actor stepped into the Joker's shoes for 1989's Batman, and while he hasn't said much about the difficulties of taking on such a dark role, Nicholson told MTV he was, quote, "furious to find out actor Heath Ledger snagged the part of the Joker for 2008's The Dark Knight," adding that he was not inclined to watch it. The departed star was later asked if he thought Ledger's untimely death had anything to do with playing the Joker. As the Daily News reported, Nicholson replied, "Well, I warned him." Though he can often come off as jovial, Jack Nicholson seems to have a bit of a temper. Rolling Stone's Fred Schruers wrote, "When he's talking about things that make him angry, he can be a mite scary. He begins to clip his words off, curl his lips back over his teeth, and close sentences with pal." In 1994, the Los Angeles Times reported, Nicholson was charged with misdemeanor vandalism and assault for allegedly smashing the windshield of a car with a golf club because he believed the driver cut him off in traffic. Nicholson is also known to get extremely heated during sports events, especially while he's watching his favorite sports team, the Los Angeles Lakers. According to BBC News, while at a 2003 game, Nicholson stepped onto the court to yell at the ref, reportedly shouting about the amount of money he pays for his courtside seat. Nicholson's angry streak is something his ex Angelica Houston can also attest to. Writing an essay for Vanity Fair, the actress claimed that her former flame had a temper, adding, "He is emotional. He takes things harder than you'd imagine."
You can't handle the truth!
Nicholson has become a bit of a recluse in recent years. In 2015, Radar Online paraphrased the late Harry Dean Stanton, Nicholson's longtime party pal, saying, "His old friend has become pretty reclusive after a life of Los Angeles Lakers basketball games and drug-fueled boozy parties. Nicholson prefers a dreary routine of afternoon naps, drinking milk, and sedate new hobbies like painting." That same year, Closer nabbed an exclusive interview with Nicholson, confirming the actor's quiet lifestyle. The publication reported that his days consist of, quote, sleeping until 1 p.m. and then having a glass of milk to soothe his stomach. He even bought a property next door to his home so he could avoid dealing with neighbors. Even with his long history of partying, Nicholson seems to have always valued his privacy. As Mark Elliott wrote in Nicholson, a biography, Stanton would sometimes have to force Nicholson out of his room because, while the action was hot and heavy in the other rooms, Jack would prefer to stay by himself in his bedroom. In a rare interview with Closer in 2015, the legendary actor heartbreakingly revealed, "I am single and lonely and likely to die alone." He added that it's because of his reputation as Jack the Jumper in the past that has led women not to trust him anymore. He said, "I would love that one last romance, but I'm not very realistic about it happening. What I can't deny is my yearning." At the very least, Nicholson still has his family. Duke Nicholson, Jack's grandson, and an actor himself who appeared in Us and a Dandy Warhol's music video, told The Hollywood Reporter in 2019, "Jack is doing great. He's 100%. Duke added that while the pair don't talk about acting much, they do spend time watching sports together. So while Nicholson may believe romance is out of his reach in his 80s, there are still people who love him. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.